turn this down. Let's flip this like we normally do. And let's start the show. All right, guys, let's start the show. A couple things I want to put on, so give me a second while I actually while I get everything set up. So while I'm doing that, let's bring up this. How's everybody doing today? I know I've had a busy week. Please excuse the black person's trying to be moisturized for the winter. I'm gonna actually update the photo. Give me a second, guys. So, I've never actually thought about doing this. Let's see if I put it up there. See what it actually gives me. I'm actually trying to install fucking what's the name? Yeah. Anyway, guys. Oh shit. I'll actually change the. I'm tired. I am fucking tired, and I'm not gonna lie. I did a lot more walking than what I'm used to, and that shit is that shit was tiring. And shit. I am fucking tired. And it was actually a fun convention. And if you guys actually saw my last year's convention, not last year's convention. If you saw my last year, my fucking summer, it feels like it's been a year. But you saw my summer actually video, I did the last day of Anime Midwest. This convention was a little bit more intimate, a little bit smaller, but it still was fun, still the same. I went for all 3 days. You guys are gonna get a video of my first day. First day, went by myself, went for a few hours. Met a really cool group called Words After Dark, because I'm actually thinking about getting back with more of my writing. And it's just one of those things where I want to actually work more on writing. The funniest thing, I started doing my art because I wanted to visualize characters. And now I'm doing more, focusing a lot more on my art instead of actually working on my writing. And I think, I know I have some interest in writing. Whether it's good or not is one of those things. And so what I really want to work on is just becoming more of a more well-rounded creative. And it's doable. It's fucking doable. It's one of those things where it's just like, I just have to put the time and the work in it. And if I can put the same amount of time in my writing as I do with my what's up not a bad creation, just here talking about count out delete. I'm going to give y'all the first day. I actually premiered a little bit of it on my last live stream, but I'm going to actually do more of it. And I'm actually watching the chat on the side of me. I normally have it directly in front of me. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's, shit, I can't actually do that. Sorry guys, just making sure I have something set up. Alright. I actually can set my phone up. Alright, cool. Now I can read your comments and actually still look this way. Count Out Delete was actually really, really fun. And I actually did a couple of panels. I did yeah, I do sell my artwork. If you actually go to my DeviantArt page, you can actually get prints there. I'm trying to find some way of actually just working with a printer, and actually getting more of my art printed. And you can actually go and look at some of the art that I have. I just want to talk about the con that I went to the last 3 days. One biggest thing, if you are a closed-minded person, you should not go to any of the anime cons, because we had all types of people. They had all types of great panels. I actually met Greg Ayers. I met the English voice of Frost, and I did not know he was Tomoki from Heaven's Lost Property, which is a fun thing. It's just that you just meet a lot of great people in the con. I passed out my business cards. If you guys haven't seen this picture of what I did, let's go. If you guys haven't seen this is a recent one that I've actually done and finished. I actually made small carts of this. This is my most recent piece that I finished. It was called Imagination. All of those are my characters. All of those are my characters. Now there are certain archetypes, but all of those are my characters that I fucking enjoy, that I fucking love, and that right there took me about 4 days to complete. Yeah, I used templates, and yeah, I kind of did some things with digital, but those are hand-drawn, put right there on screen, and I'm gonna actually try to get a better scan so I can actually upload it to my DeviantArt. And I probably should do that. No, they're actually closed right now. But yeah, it's just one of those things where this con was fun. I mean, like, the first day I went by myself. The second day I brought a friend from out of town. They aren't into anime that much, but when they got around it, they really enjoyed it. They actually enjoyed some of the panels. I took my daughter today, and as my friend told me, I did the whole dad thing. I let her choose which panel she wanted to go to and sit in, and I wasn't that far, but some of the panels weren't for me. But she fucking enjoyed herself, and she loved it. And one of the things that, like I said, it's amazing to, and okay, one of the points that I brought up in the panel is I'm 36 years old, about to be 37, and there was not a lot of people in my age group or in my area that actually liked anime, and I started drawing more anime when I became right around becoming an adult. I have my first picture, which you can actually find, of me actually doing anime about 2000, not 2000, but October 15th, 1998, where I actually just went and actually did my first picture of Gohan. It was a harder picture. It was Gohan doing the Kamehameha, and then the next day I went back and did the father-son Kamehameha, and I actually redid the picture not too long ago. But it was just one of those things where, being more of an adult, I miss the wave of people that were slightly older than me that got into anime, because the Voltron, the Speed Racer, that was still anime, and it was just one of those things where I was just in that age bracket where Jordan was a thing, and a lot of people actually went in my age bracket went to sports, and I stuck with cartoons, and I stuck with drawing, and I stuck with fucking video games, and it's just one of those things where it became my passion to do. And of course, as you guys can see, a lot of my art is influenced by anime. Now, I do have some Western styles and some Western things that are incorporated, but mostly anime. And I think that is a trend, and my camera is actually in a little bit. Like that. So, yeah. What I want to actually do, guys, I want to have a booth at Anime Midwest. And yes, Gotcha Man. Gotcha Man is something that I used to watch. Of course, I think they changed it for the American audience, but I did watch Gotcha Man a few episodes. And it was funny because stylistically, the cartoons and anime that was brought over to the States weren't actually different from some of the States property. I don't know. It's just. I guess it was the animation in the 80s. It was the way they presented. Of course, Dragon Ball Z. Who doesn't know Dragon Ball Z? But I actually watched Monkey Magic. Was fun. I admit I was a fan of the original Sailor Moon, but when Crystal came out, I actually liked Crystal when it came out. Yeah, that's what it was called. I remember Voltron. I loved Voltron. God damn. Even though it was an American cartoon, Transformers were Hasbro's, we have this toy, let's make a cartoon. And we've been influencing back and forth for years. I remember, so it was a thing called Japanimation. I'm in Chicago, so I'm in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. It was this thing called Japanimation where it would come on channel 62, and I fucking loved this. I loved it because here's the thing: they would censor shit out. They would censor the hell out of it, but you can tell it was gory. I watched Doom Metropolis, Wicked City, one Vampire Hunter D was actually another one that was actually really good. And it's just that what sparks me is when you had compelling stories to say, yes, we're gonna watch this, we're gonna enjoy this. And that's what's one of those things where it was just man, it was just this is what got me into anime. And I thought I was alone. I really thought I was alone with the advent, wow, of YouTube and the online communities. It's kind of being a little bit different. Like, yeah, a lot of the people in the anime community are actually a little bit younger time frame than I am, or older, because I was watching shit that I wasn't supposed to be watching. I was at 10. I was watching the original RoboCop. That's something. At 10, I was watching Total Recall, the original Total Recall. I should have been watching the original Total Recall, because you did have a lot of breast exposure. But it was just, I can't wait to go to Anime Midwest. Here, it's Annie.me. You can actually get a pass where you pay $10 a month and you actually get free admission to a convention, and you pay $18 for a weekend pass for a guest. Not saying that I abused that, but I only bought one weekend pass for 2 people. I'm not saying that I abused the system. I'm not. I did have the Guardian support staff, and it was my daughter's first convention. Sunday was more of a family day. Friday night was fucking wild. Friday night, it was crazy. And it was just, I enjoyed this convention. I didn't capture much. And the day that I went, it was the day that I went to the artist alley, you can say. It was just too crowded, and as much as I love to be in front of a crowd and express what I think about shit, I'm not the real big into the herd of the crowd. It's just weird. Like, I can talk and present for you guys all day, but yeah, just actually being, and yeah, people were rude. Like, you get people that don't know how to say excuse me, but you know, that's the way you do it. I met a lot of great people in panels, and like I said, it was just such a fun environment. I didn't go in costume. I'm not gonna go in costume because I can't make a good enough costume like everybody else had. But I appreciated how people imagination in the costume. Maybe if I can maybe if I can actually create my own character, maybe. And the fun thing about this convention, and this is the reason why I'm going next year, you can actually host your own panels. That would be fun. Akira was good. I remember watching Akira myself, and it was fucking ironically, and I know they fell out of favor, but Cinema Sins make the joke about what is that movie with Chronicle was a blend of, like, you know, Cinema Sins, like Cinema Sins says, it's like Chronicle just basically took, like, the 3 friends that got together. One was gonna die tragically, and the other two gonna go protagonist, antagonist. God, just okay. So another thing that I want to actually make sure I say, I am disappointed that I had to do this. So I had to cancel my Funimation subscription. The reason why I had to cancel my Funimation subscription, because I just couldn't find anything that I've already watched that I can justify watching it again. For instance, I went back and watched the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. But it's just like I couldn't actually enjoy watching Funimation anymore. Because with me and Funimation, it can. Now maybe I get it back, but I find I watch a lot more Crunchyroll. Recently I went back and watched the finale to the Tournament of Power because yes, the fuck I'm going to the movies and seeing the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. It's just like I find myself watching more and more YouTube. Of course, I do YouTube and like more art. And I think if you're watching right now and you want to see me actually work on painting, let me know in the comment section or in the live chat, because I really want to paint my Guardian paintings, but I really want to do some Conan streaming. So I don't know which one I'm going to do. That's up to you guys. If you want to actually see me stream Conan Exiles, that's up to you guys. I can do either one as of right now. Just mentally unwind. And if you haven't seen it, let me see if I can bring it up. This is what I mean by doing more of the I really want to work on painting this. So let me just bring it up for you guys so you guys can see it. That's not it. I think this is it. Yes, this is it. Alright, so this is my redo of the Guardians. I actually have to have it finished by the 31st, really. I'm gonna do this in fucking paint. I've done one thing in paint, one thing, and that was watercolor. This is what I'm gonna actually do. Let me just bring this back down. This is what I'm gonna actually do in fucking acrylic paint. Yes, Michael's acrylic paint. It's about 24 in here, and thankfully, it's all the colors that I need. And I'm probably gonna work on getting this. I need to build some confidence in my painting skills. Everything I do now is either marker or color pencils. So it's either this painting, or I'm gonna actually work on just some Conan Exiles shit. And I like Conan Exiles. I think that's took the place of my Minecraft, because I get to build shit and still have thralls. Okay, they're slaves, but still they're thralls that they enjoy doing shit for me. Yay! But guys, I do want to thank everybody who's watched, and I'm gonna release that first video, day one. How I felt walking in and how this just an enjoyment of me coming to my first day one con. If you can, guys, like, and share my videos. Of course, after you subscribe. Encourage more people. If you're a big fan of anime, if you're a big fan of getting together and discussing some favorite topics, encourage more people. Share my video, especially share that share that video that I'm gonna actually release probably within the next half an hour after I get everything set up, depending on what you guys decide. Grave of the Fireflies, I've seen that, and that was depressing. Yes. Rinse for repeat. Yes, that was fucking depressing, and that was fucking awesome. It's an awesome one. As for right now, guys, I do want to actually say thank you for watching. Remember, if I haven't shielded enough for this as is, let's go ahead and put this out there. Get back to me if you want to see me actually paint. Type it in the comments if you want to actually see me actually do my Conan Exiles. I can do that too. But give me a half an hour, and I will be looking forward to entertaining you guys for tonight as I wind down. And also, don't forget, guys, I try to do a stream every day, either here on my Twitch channel, and hold on one second. Well, you know what? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say rinse for repeat. Anime is, and this is what I like to tell a lot of people. Anime, animation, cartoons, they're just a tool of telling stories. Just because something is hand drawn versus acted out does not lend it less credibility. It's a storytelling. We used to just have words to tell stories. We used to have people to get up and just act out to tell a story. Don't diminish animation. Don't diminish music because it's not telling the story in a formal way. It's disheartening where I saw the fucking Into the Spider-Verse movie, and that was a great fucking story. And it was animated. It was okay, I liked Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. But it was one of the best tellings of Spider-Man. You got Miles Morales is basically Spider-Man Generation 2. You had Peter Parker, and that's Spider-Man in Generation 1. But the Miles Morales story is Generation 2. Like, if he really did have a kid, this is how he would treat a kid version of himself. And to be honest with you, it was a touching story, and it felt good. It didn't feel forced. And it's something about animation that you can actually get the character to emote more, and that lends more credence than, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which were trash. I'm gonna say this: The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Garfield was a better Peter Parker, but he just wasn't a good Spider-Man. But, you know, poorly written. Anyway, it goes, guys. I want to thank everybody who's watched, and hopefully for you guys' support, you can check this out. And peace.